For as long as I've been gaming, I've been a fan of the Sonic the Hedgehog series. After all, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 was the first ever video game I played when I was just 4 years old.
Sure, it's had its ups and downs, but I still find myself a fan of the series overall. So when my favorite 3D Sonic game was getting a remaster for modern consoles, of course I jumped all in on it, although I probably would have bought the game even if it weren't a Sonic Colors remaster.
I'll be referring to Sonic Colors and Colors Ultimate interchangeably throughout this video because at the end of the day, Colors Ultimate is just a remaster of Sonic Colors, and thus most of the gameplay will still apply to both of the games in question.
So, without further ado, let us get and see if the colors still feel right in Sonic Colors and Colors Ultimate after over 10 years of being released. Sonic Colors was released as part of an exclusive deal with Nintendo to try and capitalize on the success of the Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games series that had been released previously on the system, as well as the lukewarm reception towards Sonic and the Secret Rings and Sonic and the Black Knight in 2007 and 2009 respectively. Sonic Colors was created and developed by Sonic Team, led by now series designer Takashi Iizuka.
The game was designed to be for all ages, and thus many things were shifted around in the series.
A new voice cast was brought in, with all characters except Dr. Eggman receiving new English voice actors. The boost mechanic from the Rush and Unleashed games were brought back and tweaked. Colors would go on to be one of the best-selling Sonic the Hedgehog games, not only for the Wii, but in general, as it outsold the console versions of the next game, Sonic Generations, by a wide margin. Part of this was due to the Wii's larger user base, but also because Sonic Colors is well crafted, I find. So, after 10 years, Sega would announce Sonic Colors Ultimate to be released for the Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, PS4, and PC through Epic Games Store. Developed by Blind Squirrel Games and published by Sega, the ports are definitely still Sonic Colors, although there are some tweaks and additions that have been made to the game.
So we'll start with gameplay first when talking about Sonic Colors and Colors Ultimate, and then we'll transition into the rest of the game afterwards. Sonic Team's criticisms they received from the last game were put into place when making Sonic Colors a much better game overall. Instead of having gameplay styles like the Werehog or other playable characters inside of Sonic Colors, they decided to just have Sonic be the main character that you control through Eggman's incredible interstellar amusement park with different gameplay styles that way. Gone were the hub worlds of Sonic Unleashed, and instead, a linear level progression style with 6 acts and 1 boss per world was put in place.
Furthermore, the boost mechanic returns from Sonic Unleashed, but instead of collecting rings to fill the boost gauge, white alien wisps are collected by defeating badniks, egg pawns, and breaking small capsules containing them. With the press of the correct button, Sonic will boost forward with incredible speeds that are slower than that of Unleashed speeds, but by proxy are much easier to control. On the stage front, no stage feels the same from the previous ones, thanks in part to the different locations in Eggman's incredible interstellar amusement park. Tropical Resort, Sweet Mountain, Starlight Carnival, Planet Wisp, Aquarium Park, Asteroid Coaster, and finally Terminal Velocity all have a unique style and music to each of their own. Each of these locations has different gimmicks and ideas that are a spectacle to go through in both Colors and Colors Ultimate. Part of this is due to the newest addition to the Sonic series being the titular alien race known as the Wisps.
Wisps?
No, wisps with a W.
Yeah, I'll just stick with aliens if that's okay with everybody.
Wisps come in many different shapes and colors and can be collected by Sonic to power him up.
Each Wisp color has a different utility for it and is able to get Sonic through different stage hazards depending on what stage they're in. You have the cyan laser, the yellow drill, orange rocket, green hover, blue cube, pink spike, and finally purple frenzy, each of which are unlocked in different stages and worlds throughout the game. The Wisp powers are utilized by pressing the shoulder button at any time, in which the power lasts as long as the boost meter in the lower left-hand corner shows it to be filled. You can only hold on to one Wisp color power at a time, and upon collecting different Wisps, the other one will float around temporarily if you want to recollect it. You can only access certain Wisps in certain levels, and once you've beaten that level, that Wisp will appear in other levels throughout the entire game. What Wisp will be in what level is noted on the world map when it is on the level select, and with some Wisps being locked to later in the game, it's to encourage backtracking to collect the coveted new red star rings.
Red star rings, making their first appearance in Sonic Colors, are hidden collectibles obtained by finding alternate pathways or hiding in plain sight.
With 5 red star rings located in each level, there's a total of 30 inside of each world and 180 for the entire game. All of these red star rings are used for Game Land, a floating Sonic head around the outside of the park, home to the Sonic Simulator.
Beat the 3rd stage of each zone in the Sonic Simulator, and you get a Chaos Emerald for your troubles. That's right, Sonic Colors has Dr. Eggman quite literally giving away free Chaos Emeralds for Sonic to collect. Collect all 7 emeralds, and the option satellite on the world map will have a new option to enable Super Sonic to be played in any stage of the game upon collecting 50 rings and hitting the Wisp power button. Super Sonic's perks are that he can boost infinitely so long as he is in the state, break chroma cubes, which were only breakable with Wisp powers, and general invincibility. The downside is you can't use Super Sonic in any boss stage. Rings deplete at 1 ring per second as normal, and you can't collect Wisps or use Wisp color powers while Super Sonic is on. On the subject of bosses, the bosses in Sonic Colors are rather simple, with the 6 main worlds having 2 bosses that are redesigns of each other. Terminal Velocity contains the final boss, which is slightly harder than the other bosses, but once you know what to do, it's a breeze to get through. That is pretty much the MO for all the bosses in Sonic Colors, and Colors Ultimate doesn't do anything to change it besides the design of the final boss slightly. They gave him eyes, and I don't like it. Now, what of Colors Ultimate? Well, there are a few changes and additions that were made, but the game largely remains the same as the original Sonic Colors. Sonic Colors Ultimate now boasts a whole new Wisp power, the Jade Ghost, which allows you to phase through walls and into enemies to get the moved red star rings in certain stages.
If I'm being honest, Jade Ghost's level design is probably the weakest aspect of Sonic Colors Ultimate. The main reason for this is because the level design wasn't really taken into mind for existing Wisps and adding Jade Ghost into it without resulting in janky level design and floating platforms all over the place. Another thing that was changed in Colors Ultimate is that lives are now gone, and instead we have tail saves, in which if you end up falling off a stage and you have at least 1 ring, Tails will save you and your score, thus making the game a lot easier. Another thing that replaces lives are park tokens, which allow you to buy different gloves, shoes, boosts, auras, and icons to use and make your own custom Sonic in Sonic Colors Ultimate. I do like the park token edition, and the combinations you can do are quite nice. I find sometimes, though, can be a little gaudy, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. Finally, the newly added Rival Rush races were added to Colors Ultimate. Rival Rushes pit Sonic against Metal Sonic for a quick race to the goal within specific stages. Upon beating the Rival Rushes, the player is rewarded with part tokens, tail saves, and upon beating the 5th and 6th Rival Rushes, the Dark Aura and Dark Boost customizable item. Not much else was added into Colors Ultimate, honestly, and the cutscenes are upscaled from the original game, so the custom Sonic shoes and gloves, as well as auras, do not appear in the cutscenes, unfortunately. In terms of performance, I personally played the Xbox One version, and besides consistent audio glitches, cutouts, and the occasional graphical hiccup, the game ran at a stable 60 frames per second for me at 4K on my Xbox Series X. I'm aware of the Switch and PS4, PS5 issues with corrupted save data, as well as the Switch performance issues, in which the Switch is already locked at 30 frames per second, and to give Blind Squirrel Games some credit, they've never actually worked on a Switch port before Colors Ultimate, when compared to their other remasters they've done for, say, the Mass Effect series or for Borderlands. I am unsure of the PC's performance at this time of writing, but patches to fix the broken state some Switch users experience with the port of Sonic Colors Ultimate are being rolled out currently, as well as for other consoles as well. So I'm sure that the audio glitches I experienced will possibly be patched out in the future. Mainly, for me, it was sound only playing through one earphone or cutting out completely. I even had a major cutscene near the end of the plot not have its music play at all, but all voice acting was playing normally, which shocked me because I was under the impression that these were just MP4 files that were being played and upscaled.
No! This can't be happening! It's backfiring! Impossible! How? Ta-da!
On the subject of story though, let's get into the plot of Sonic Colors and Colors Ultimate. They won't deviate from each other at all, and I won't be mentioning the DS port since the story is different slightly inside of Sonic Colors DS, and this review is long enough as it is. Sonic Colors' story involves Dr. Eggman building his interstellar amusement park as a way to atone for his past misdeeds and transgressions, with no premeditated schemes or evil plots unfolding in the background. Sonic and Tails, knowing this to be a lie, sneak into the park and begin to help the alien Wisps after witnessing Eggman's lackeys trying to capture them.
Through the tablet-turned-translator made by Tails, we learn from the Wisp named Yacker that the Wisps are being collected and drained of their Hyper-Go-On powers to be used by Eggman to fire a mind control weapon at the planet and thus control it along with the rest of the universe. To free the Wisps, Sonic must destroy the generators that hold the planets hostage in Eggman's incredible interstellar amusement park. The plot, therefore, is, as you can tell, very simple. It boils down to stop Eggman from doing Eggman-like things, with no real twists, turns, or big plot reveals like previous Sonic games, and quite honestly, I enjoy a simple plot like this. Sonic for a while had been moving away from Eggman being a main focus as the big bad guy and getting sidelined at the end of the game, and it was definitely nice to see him return to a main antagonistic role. Part of the reason this plot worked for me so well is that the writers Ken Pontac and Warren Graff wrote Sonic Colors to be more character interaction based rather than story heavy, and I believe that really helped out inside of its favor. From Orbot and Cubot's bumbling and laziness to Eggman's jovial and silly banter. Sonic's characterization in this game is by far one of my favorite aspects of Sonic Colors. He's a goof and a little bit of a cocky know-it-all, but I will admit, he's got a good heart in the end and it's fun to root for him. Tails, while not having my favorite characterization in this game, still is very good and bounces off Sonic very well, and is fun to really root for him too, as opposed to later games. I normally have the voices mentioned in the sound design, but in this case, the voice cast carries the story so much that I feel like I have to mention it here in the story section. Dr. Eggman is once again voiced by the ever-talented Mike Pollock, who at this point is the longest-running Eggman for English voice actors in the series. And one thing that excites me is that even now, he will be continuing to voice Eggman in future games. Every other character's new voice started this game with Sonic being voiced by Roger Craig Smith. Roger Craig Smith provides probably my favorite rendition of Sonic. I absolutely adore Roger Craig Smith's Sonic because he brings a jovial attitude to the Hedgehog. And while Jason Griffith managed to get it really good near the end, I feel that Roger Craig Smith knocked it out of the park on the first go. Tails is voiced by Kate Higgins, known for many anime roles, and would only voice Tails in a couple of the games before being replaced later on. Orbot, a character that originally appeared in Sonic Unleashed, is fleshed out and voiced by Kirk Thornton. And finally, Cubot, a character created for Colors to bounce off of Orbot, is voiced by Wally Winger. The Wisps, while technically not able to speak normally, make sounds voiced by Utako Yoshino. Every one of the characters, voice actors, and actresses in this game bring the characters to life in Sonic Colors in ways that only could be complemented with the soundtrack. So, why don't we get into the soundtrack of Sonic Colors and Sonic Colors Ultimate and see how well it stacks up against such stellar performances for voice work. The main composer of Sonic Colors is series veteran and Sonic Team alumni Tomoya Otani. Beginning with Choo Choo Rocket on the Sega Dreamcast, Tomoya Otani would go on to compose music for Sonic Adventure 2 first, and afterwards most 3D Sonic games such as Sonic Unleashed, Heroes, 06, Lost World, and many more. While not the only composer of Sonic Colors and Colors Ultimate, of which Kenichi Tokoi, Fumie Kumatani, Hideaki Kobayashi, Mariko Nanba, and Naofumi Hataya also contributed extensively to the soundtrack, Tomoya Otani composed the most tracks for the game, and as a result, created two of my favorite compositions in the entire franchise, being the Nega Wisp Armor Phase 2 and Aquarium Park Act 1. Sonic Colors' soundtrack was created to be more energetic than previous soundtracks in order to portray a more cartoony feel and show what it's like to be inside of an amusement park. As for Colors Ultimate, the first 3 acts of every stage, as well as every boss stage, has been remixed slightly to feel less energetic but still bouncy and fun to listen to. These new compositions,
remixed by Tomoyo Tani, Jun Senoe, and Kenichi Tokoi, are hit or miss for me, in all honesty. The ones that are great really shine over the ones that should have been remixed slightly differently. The boss music also is made slightly better, but I will admit I'm not a fan of the remix for Nega Wisp Armor Phase 2, which, as mentioned before, is my favorite final boss song for any Sonic game. Overall, the sound design is very nice to listen to, as well as the sound effects in the original Sonic Colors, and it's a treat to be sure. Now, I say original Sonic Colors. What about Ultimate? Well, as of this time, I have completed Colors Ultimate and experienced many audio glitches during my playthrough. Songs cutting out for Wisp powers, not playing the Wisp power music at all, cutscenes losing audio, and the credits being especially egregious in that after the original game's credits conclude and the new credits for Colors Ultimate begin, it's just pure silence. And you need to watch the whole credits to get an achievement, so for about 10 to 15 minutes, it's pure silence except for the homing attack sound. I'm sure most of these issues will be fixed via patches, but it's a shame that the sound quality took a hit in this port of Sonic Colors, to be sure. Overall though, I still enjoyed Sonic Colors and Colors Ultimate, and it's something that even after 10 years, I think is a great Sonic game to play. I absolutely love and adore this game every time I play it every couple of years, and can see myself going back to it a few years from now as well, especially since the Ultimate port has now been dropped. The music, plot, characters are what helped me to get back into this game, along with the fact that Sonic Colors isn't a long game to begin with, so it doesn't outstay its welcome, I find. Who knows what other Sonic games will get modern ports or remasters in the future, but in the case of Sonic Colors and Colors Ultimate, I can say that after 10 years, the colors do indeed still feel right. So anyway everyone, I'm gonna end it off right here. This has been Neronium, and I thank you all for watching my review of Sonic Colors and Sonic Colors Ultimate. See you all next time.
Please refrain from peeling off the special space-age polymer holding the starship together. It may look and feel like duct tape, but it's not. It's called, space tape. Very advanced stuff. Thank you.